think we're live.
All right.
There we go. First ever live stream.
Yeah.
And
here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sitting live in front of the big screen, talking about what we just heard.
Yeah.
All the big news.
Huge announcements.
Yeah.
Massive. We're looking at about 10 shows each for Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah. Plus a few other side ones too that Disney has going on. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, really, when you look at the list. Yeah.
We shall.
I guess we want to talk about first. Which one?
I think we should start off with the Star Wars news. All the Lucasfilm.
Okay, sure. All right, getting a little list up here so we know what we're going on.
Okay.
Well, okay. First off, I guess
Start with the spin-offs.
yeah, the spin-offs from Mandalorian.
Start with Ahsoka.
We've talked about it obviously on our reviews and reactions. Are we live right now?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, what's going on? All right.
Yep. There we go. Oh, and we got Nicholas in the chat.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, Nicholas.
Yeah. Drop it in. Yeah, so I think the big thing with Ahsoka, we talked about in our reactions and reviews, that she's probably going to get her own show, and I guess it's just confirmed right here that.
Yeah, and they said it's still going to tie in with the same timeline as The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So we could still get some crossover action. I'm guessing they're going to go the route with Thrawn, and they'll be chasing him down in search of Ezra. Guessing it's basically the sequel to Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, exactly. Where they last left off. So maybe you think we'll get Sabine in there?
I think we'll get a lot of the other characters if they're still alive.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, how you doing?
Yeah, I think having Sabine would be fantastic. I mean, she's a great character in Rebels.
Just getting to see a lot of these characters in live action is going to be great.
Yeah.
We've talked about in our other chats and our reviews and reactions that Disney's really coming forward with the content now, and they want Star Wars to be great.
Yeah.
And these spin-offs, we're getting some great characters I never would have guessed we would see live.
No, exactly. Well, the transition from animation to live action, I mean, that's fantastic, because I think a lot of people love the Clone Wars stuff and the Rebels, and seeing these characters come to life is fantastic.
Actually, and before we go any farther, anybody who's in the chat right now, we got just a few viewers in right now. But if you guys have any questions or have any thoughts on this as well, if you guys watched any of the content online today, feel free to ask questions, chime in, let us know what you think. If you have any questions as to where you think the series might be going or what they might be doing, or if you have thoughts, we're open for discussion.
Yeah, feel free. We'll definitely bring it up and see what we can add to put our 2 cents to it, I guess. Yeah, no, like I said, I think Ahsoka is probably one I've been looking forward to. I mean, actually seeing her on the big screen, well, small TV screen, I guess you want to call it, was awesome. To me, it was an amazing situation. Yeah. So what else we got? We got Ahsoka.
And the Ranger, what is that called?
Oh yeah, the Rebel Ranger one, whatever it was. Yeah.
Yes.
That one, yeah.
The Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah. So Cara Dune.
Cara Dune, and are we going to see the Asian actor's name?
Oh yeah, from the
X-Men Kim's Convenience.
Yeah,
the show?
Yeah, Kim's Convenience. Yeah.
Will we see more? Probably see more of his character.
Yeah, I would think so. If he's on the recruiting spiel, then I think you're going to have a few more of those. I'd bet. Anyways.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good one. I'm interested to see what the content is going to be for that. I don't mind Cara Dune. I mean, not a bad character. I mean, could be good. Maybe will she be the focal point? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where they're going to be going with the show itself. If it'll be just basically them, like a Law and Order type of show or something.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to bring order to the galaxy. I'm guessing it's something like that. I don't know exactly where they're going to go with it, but
well, like you and I had talked about before with that reaction and review part, we talked about how kind of got these marshals for these different planets, and I think what's interesting about that is if you have the Republic trying to get order in the galaxy, like cleaning up all the old Empire remnants, I think you could really do maybe have a little team you're rolling around and just.
I'm thinking that's what they're going to do.
They're
going to have like a obviously they're calling it the Rangers of the New Republic. It's going to be kind of a group, a small, almost like a commando type group or something that is going to try and bring order.
It's like the A-Team, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
Let's move on to a big one, a big announcement. Okay. Hayden Christensen.
Oh, yeah.
Is back as Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan series.
Oh, yeah, that's...
And they also said that there is going to be a big climatic kind of finale to that between the two. So,
yeah,
what we know in Star Wars history is that they fought on the Death Star.
Yeah.
And we just assumed that was the first time they've seen each other since whatever happened.
So
to
19 years later, in A New Hope, they're fighting for the second time.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
It sounds like we're going to see them fight somewhere in the middle.
That's awesome. I mean, bringing Hayden Christensen back, I think, is fantastic. I mean, fan service for one, huge.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I know he's going to be in a Darth Vader suit, but still cool. It's cool to think that he's actually sitting in it, and you know it's Hayden Christensen, and we're going to see him battle Obi-Wan. That's awesome. Like, I can't wait for that. I'm excited about that one. That's probably that Obi-Wan series is the one that I'm besides Ahsoka, I'm probably really looking forward to.
I'm extremely stoked about seeing Vader and Obi-Wan together again, because I didn't actually think we'd see that. I thought maybe we'd see flashbacks, and it still may be that, but the way they were talking about having a big finale between them, a big clash, they're setting something up.
Oh, for sure.
And so there obviously is something else in between. But moving on to the point you just said, what I'm actually most looking forward to, just based on her post on Twitter, is Patty Jenkins doing Road Squadron.
Road Squadron, yeah.
That, you got somebody who's passionate about bringing the best flying airplane, in this case it'll be Space Battle, to the big screen, and I am stoked about that.
Well, and when she said it, her dad was in the Air Force, right? And I think that's what it was. And I think it's pretty cool growing up around it. So she obviously has some ideas behind how dogfights should be in the air, possibly things like that.
Hey, Andrew, how are you doing?
Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for joining. I think that's awesome. I think Rogue Squadron is gonna be a gem. I think that's I mean, you remember reading in the books, right? We've seen that.
Yeah. And maybe we'll see some of the classic characters. We don't know the exact time period everything's set in on most of these shows. It seems like they're kind of being obscure with a little bit of it. But is it going to be shortly after
Return of the Jedi?
Well, it could be after Return of the Jedi, or it might be set between A New Hope and
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
Because they basically started forming in Rogue One.
Yeah.
That's how they got the name.
Well, I mean, and with Rogue One, and that's interesting because, so if you're thinking about who was in the Rogue Squadron, if you remember the books, old canon, who was in it? You had Wedge, right? So are they recasting a guy like Wedge to be in this involved? I mean, if you're going in that time period, or are you just going way down the line? You know, like, is this just kind of afterwards? Who knows? I mean, the possibilities are endless. Yeah. But I think Patty Jenkins, that's a top-notch choice.
She has done great work on Wonder Woman. The reviews on the second one are phenomenal, and we get to see that comes out I think on Christmas Day. So let's see.
Who are we? Yeah.
What's we got here?
I was asking who we are. Yeah. Yeah. We're just a couple guys just doing some reviews. No. That's Polsey, I'm Gator. We've done a couple of reactions, reviews online here. So we're figured with all this big news, we go live and just chat a little bit about it, see what everybody else is thinking. Kind of get everybody's thoughts and opinions on it. Huge news. I mean, obviously with the Star Wars and the Marvel stuff. I mean, we're all sitting in this pandemic year here, and I think it's kind of like an early Christmas present, possibly. Just getting some cool things to think about. Yeah, for the next year.
So next up on the list, let's go with Andor. We knew that was coming.
Yeah, Cassian Andor.
Yep. I think that they're going to go with a gritty kind of show on that one. Because if you looked at his character at the beginning of Rogue, what was it called again?
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
He was just killed people.
Well, he's like a mercenary.
Yeah,
right? All those guys are all mercenaries.
There's no question about what he was about. He did what he had to do, no matter what it was, for the cause of the Republic.
That's one of my favorite lines in Rogue One is when they're talking about all the guys are all scoundrels and mercenaries and people who kind of were just all of a sudden put under the thumb of the Empire and they didn't like it, so they're like, we got to get out of this, and they all kind of joined together. I think that's an interesting thing. So I like Cassian Andor. I thought he was a good character. I hope they have K2.
I'm sure they will.
So-
That was too good of a character not to have in this
yeah.
one, or maybe they'll have him join up with him at some point in that series.
Yeah,
But yeah, it'd be.
he's voiced by Alan Tudyk, who's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great character
he's
actor, and
so
he does
good.
lots of different, motion capture characters too.
Yeah.
He's done that as well.
Yeah,
He's a great actor,
yeah, he's gonna.
and
be
he's
awesome.
funny as hell.
Oh,
He's
super
great.
good. Yeah, I saw him at Comic-Con one year too as well, and he was so funny.
What
Great panel. It was a great panel. He
What
did.
series was he in? Big sci-fi series.
Yeah, man, I can't remember.
The same one with Marina Baccarin from.
Yeah, I can't think of it right now.
What was it?
And you guys know that? Remember what that series was?
That was-
I'm forgetting that
I
one.
can't remember what the heck that was called off the top of my head.
I always remember him just being in dodgeball.
Steve the Pirate.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Ashley, how you doing?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
There's a familiar face.
Yeah,
There we go.
thanks for joining in.
And he had messaged me earlier, and he'd watched it as well, or he'd at least caught some of the news.
Oh, okay.
We were watching. I watched it live on the John Campea show.
Oh, okay,
He was
yeah.
watching the whole thing. I watched for 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
They had me hooked in.
Oh, it was gigantic news.
Oh
really.
yeah, well, not just Star Wars and Marvel, like everything from Hulu to Star, everything was huge announcements.
Yeah.
And it sounds like Star might be moving to Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's a rumor, anyways, right? So.
R-rated content on Disney Plus, which was kind of a surprise.
So then you think, okay, well, just kind of going into it, you think about Deadpool rolling in. Where does that go?
Well, it's going to tie into the MCU. That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they're going to do it. Maybe they'll somehow tie it in with Doctor Strange, because you're going to have these alternate.
You could bring him in.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, he's R-rated. You got to bring him down a little bit. You could censor him, just like they do in the
Well,
comics.
you could. you yeah, but I don't think they want to go that route.
No.
It'll change the feel of the show a little bit.
My thoughts is he'll just be bit appearances if he's in any of the
I-
shows. It won't be like starring role part.
Yeah, no, he'll be almost like the Stan Lee, maybe.
He'll just pop in.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of funny, actually.
Just have his moment and then out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new Stanley,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. That'd actually be funny. Yeah, and so what else we got here up on the list for Star Wars stuff?
The Bad Batch.
Yeah, so animated.
You were kind of pumped about that one.
I was, and I think, that Clone Wars stuff, it's just awesome. I mean, I think that's great. You get more of those guys out there, and I don't know what kind of missions you're going to be on, but I'm excited for that. I love the animated stuff, but I think there's so much you can do with it, right? You know, you can go so many different directions, and you bring all sorts of characters in for, you got Palpatine, you got all those.
Yeah, you
ones.
can still touch on all those characters.
Yeah,
still,
you can use any one of them, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool to grab those guys, put up a show for them. Yeah, and then the other one, Visions.
Was that the one with the droids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's
No, the
a
droid
different one.
story, yeah.
There's a droid story.
Visions.
different one, yeah.
Which one was that one? I'm not sure that much. I wasn't that familiar with that one.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that one is about either, to be honest with you. But
I was actually thinking that was the droid one, but actually that's
Yeah,
the
the droid
story.
story, yeah.
They're going to tell different stories from the droid's point of view, I guess.
yeah, that's cool.
Which is kind of, I think those probably be more comedic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
A little more lighthearted.
Is Anthony Daniels going to be voicing anything in there? He must be.
I would imagine the last coming back could be crazy not
He does
to.
everything. He
Yeah.
does everything. Star
He's
Wars.
been,
He's locked in. He's locked in as C-3PO for
yeah,
life.
exactly.
That's awesome.
Lando.
No, I like that.
And they didn't announce anything as whether it was live action or going to be animated.
Hmm.
But I think it's live action, and the obvious choice, obviously, is probably going to be that they're going to bring Glover back,
Donald.
Donald Glover back, and
So then do you add Han Solo in there and some adventures into just maybe not giving him his own show, but just throwing him in once in a while?
I would assume that we probably could see those characters. It was actually talked about as a possible rumor a while back, anyway. So
Yeah.
we could see Alden Ehrenreich back
Yeah.
as Han Solo.
I liked him. I mean,
Yeah, he is fine. It was a good movie. It was bad timing being
yeah.
after The Last Jedi when everybody was already pissed off about.
Well, I mean, we've talked about that lots. We've talked about Solo, and I think Solo is it's a good movie.
I like
it gets a bad rap. And
Oh.
what do we got here?
Animated series. Really?
Okay, Vision's animated series. Yeah, that's right.
Vision's
So,
animated or Lando
Yeah.
is. The chat is behind us.
Oh,
So
we're
just
good,
just so you know that.
okay.
So
First time live on this. So
yeah, we set it up so we'd have a little
Mm.
bit better quality for the stream, and
Yeah.
chat is a little bit behind us.
Yeah.
The Acolyte is live action. That is going to be directed by, what's her name again?
That's that Leslie. What's her last name?
Yeah, that's one that Kathleen Kennedy brought on board.
Yes.
And the Acolyte one is going to be set at the end of the High Republic era.
Yeah.
And it's going to be told from a Sith point of view.
Yeah. Which I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's going to be very dark.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of their, I guess you could still say that might be the kind of their Game of Thrones type show.
She directed that Russian Doll series. Yeah. So I think that they'll be a little bit dark. And well, Sith based.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong with that. I mean,
and we'll actually get a different perspective too. We might not look at it as dark. We might just see a different side of it, right? It might just be like,
oh yeah. So the High Republic, who would be the Sith Lords at that time? We don't really know.
we don't know.
We don't know what they're
That
putting
could
in
be
there.
actually the time period, the exact time periods for the High Republic and the Old Republic.
Yeah.
We don't know any of that yet, so we're not really sure which. That could be the beginning of the Sith, maybe. I don't know.
Well, because they could obviously change it all because we don't really know because the Old Republic obviously is Revan,
Yeah,
right? So we got.
but is that still canon or is that Legends?
No, I think they said Revan was canon now.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, and it's because in what's Anne saying here? Yeah, Crimson Plot was created. Okay.
With Crimson Dawn.
Yeah, that's right, Crimson Dawn for sure.
That could be a part of that Lando series.
Yeah, I think Crimson Dawn. That's so maybe
Well,
Maul,
we'll have Darth Maul involved, which would be great to have have Ray Park back in there.
Okay, going back with Maul, thinking about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Like Maul's around in that time period. Like you think about it because you think about the animated series.
Yeah, but
Rebels.
he didn't find him that because in Rebels they fought, right?
Yeah.
And Rebels is canon.
Yeah.
So, and he killed him in canon.
Yeah, but that was how many years was that before A New Hope? Like 5?
Well, it was actually close to the same time period because
really
Luke was probably close to 10 years old.
He was a little boy.
He was a little boy, right?
Yeah,
He'd probably be 7 to 10 years old.
Yeah. So, that could be interesting because I mean I think if you have Maul, I don't know. I don't think if you have Vader in there, you're probably not having Maul in there. Oh, maybe you would. I don't know. It's got to be a smorgasbord of bad guys.
I don't think you'd have both. No, I don't think you would.
That's only supposed to be 6 episodes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they could be longer episodes.
Yeah, so maybe like an hour long episodes compared to I think who knows? I mean, I think there could be all sorts of. You have so many things you can do. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, because we don't know the exact story yet. Everything is kind of all the legend stuff they can bring in still.
Yeah.
They can still use some of that. We don't know which direction they're going to go in. Because everything that's been thrown at us has kind of been a shock so far, right?
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah. Okay. So Anna's telling us that Revan and the Knights of the Old Republic video games are all canon. Okay, so that makes sense. So that's way before. So if you got this High Republic era, then I wonder if that would be you might have Plagueis in there.
I'll hold this Plagueis. Did we find that out in the book? I've never read.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't finished that one or even started that Plagueis one yet. Yeah. So I don't know.
So it's possible. I guess we could get Plagueis in there.
And you guys read the Plagueis book? Anyone out there? Because if you have, then we'd have a little more information on that. See, that'd be interesting because if you have him, because obviously Palpatine is maybe not around yet. We don't know how old he really is, though.
Well, he's human, so they only live.
Well, but he's a Sith Lord, so who knows?
Well, he drew out his life longer than it was supposed to be anyway.
So I'm wondering if, because Palpatine obviously is. So what is he at the start of a Phantom Menace? He's maybe in his 40s or 50s?
Maybe 50-ish probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously then that High Republic would be over then.
Because there's the Old Republic before that. The Old Republic is after, isn't the Old Republic?
The Old Republic is before the High Republic.
Is it?
Yeah. As far as I'm understanding. Any of you guys know that? I'm pretty sure that's the story, yeah.
I guess we'll find out what order they put it in, but...
Yeah.
I guess we should touch on Do we want to touch on any of the other Lucasfilm related?
Well, I think Willow. I think that's pretty cool.
Warwick Davis returning.
Yeah. It was Wicket in Return of the Jedi. So and
he's been in almost every.
And Rogue One he was in too. And
well, he was in the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
As just this little
cameo character. Yeah.
And he was actually in the sequels trilogy as well.
That's right.
They put him in everything.
Yeah, I that's cool. That movie was good. I've
seen Willow once when it first came out. I don't recall it. I wasn't that into it, but it was a kind of a cult classic, right?
I haven't seen it for a long time, so I mean,
I'll have to kind of refresh.
Yeah, I mean,
and watch
there's
it.
a few things to catch up on for sure.
And then they're also going to do the final installment. They said there's not going to be any more, but there's going to be one last Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
and I will believe it when I see it because it's been getting put off for years and years.
We were talking about that the other day, that he's going to be 79 years old, I think.
Well, they're supposed to start filming in
this year,
March of this year.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be out for summer next year.
Yeah, I get it. You know, Harrison Ford as Han Solo / Indiana Jones. Maybe he'll live to be 105 or something like that. Like, but I don't know. I mean, 79 years old. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. I'm not trying to no ageism here. I'm just trying to say it might just be a little bit. I don't know. I'm just a little skeptical about whether it's actually going to happen.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. But I know he wants to do it. They've been working on scripts after script. Like they're trying to get it right.
Well, I mean, Steven Spielberg left as director.
Yeah, but they got James Mangold.
And he's good.
And he's great. He did an awesome job with Logan.
Solo as well. Ashley Stan. Possibly if they do something. I don't know. They haven't said anything about Solo.
No, they haven't said anything about Solo.
But it'd be nice.
Solo can be in. He might be in some of these spin-offs or whatever. But
I'd love to see Solo in there.
But I don't. They're not going to do a sequel at the time.
Yeah.
We've been all hoping they haven't.
Well, I mean, like I said, if they would have released that movie actually out a year after The Last Jedi came out and pumped it up with some press, it would have been fine.
It actually had, between The Last Jedi, bad taste in your mouth, and the bad press around what happened with the production of Solo, everything was working against them.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Did anyone actually like The Last Jedi? I don't know. Maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe there is.
Maybe we should stir that pot.
I know.
Don't get me going on that.
It's a bad pot.
We won't talk
about it.
That's fine. Well, let's move on
to
the next.
Yeah, so we're into some Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So what do we know with Marvel stuff? What do we like about it? Everything. I love the Marvel stuff. I mean...
you are... That's guru on the Marvel.
That's my stuff.
So let's start with Miss Marvel.
Okay, Miss Marvel. Yeah. And Miss Marvel is, if you know anything about the comics, it's an older character. Obviously, it was actually Carol Danvers to start, but they've made her into. She took them out of Captain Marvel a little later. Kelly Sue McCormick there.
Ash is saying.
Yeah.
Warwick was in Solo.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've seen Solo.
Yeah, he was.
He was one of the Marauders.
One of the Marauders. Yeah. So Carol Danvers, Kelly Sue McCormick wrote Captain Marvel, and she became Captain Marvel, which is an awesome comic series. And so this Kamala Khan became Miss Marvel, which I think it's a good idea. It's a good series. I mean, you kind of get a little different ethnicity in her, which I think is awesome. Something different, and. Kind of a young girl.
They're definitely just diversifying the whole MCU, which is fine. It's going to be a nice collection of everything.
Yeah, I think it's great.
You're gonna get stories and different feels from all the different types of characters they're gonna have in it, which is that'll be a nice refreshing touch to it.
Well, it's what it needs. I mean, like, let's be honest, the comics came out and like everything was kind of written.
Well, they started. Most of these were with what, say, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
So the times have changed a little bit.
Oh yeah, and it's good. It's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
So Miss Marvel, I think that's going to be good. I think she's also slated to appear in Captain Marvel 2 as well. Yeah. So I think that's that'll be neat to see the tie-in there. I don't know the timeline as far as if Captain Marvel 2 is going to come out before this series.
No, I believe the series is coming out before.
Okay, well that's okay then. I don't mind that. Because then you get a little backstory for her just popping into Captain Marvel 2, which is awesome.
Secret Invasion. Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, that's awesome.
Samuel.
Who doesn't like him?
M.F. Jackson.
M.F. Jackson.
Yeah.
He's the man.
And Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah, he's awesome too.
So we got the Skrulls coming back.
Yeah. So the interesting this, I'm curious how they're going to go with that, because the Secret Invasion in the comics was the Skrulls actually invading.
Yeah, and that's what they're talking about. I think that's still what it's going to be is that the Skrulls have kind of infiltrated Earth.
Okay. So, and Ben's character maybe is going to be a good guy. A good.
Well, it sounds like he's on their side.
Yeah.
There's him and that other character in the last.
His wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be helping them out.
Yeah. So I mean,
Last we saw Samuel L. Jackson's character, Nick Fury, was on
that spaceship.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was in the up in the tower. It was up on that sword tower.
Is that what it was?
Acronym, yeah.
Okay.
SWOR.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So he was up in that tower, and it's like the Earth watchdog, I guess you'd say, kind of like taking care of, interplanetary threats. Basically, that's interdimensional, whatever, and all that kind of stuff. So I think that could be interesting. Yeah, I like that idea. I think that anytime with the Skrulls in a show, it'd be great. But the thing is, you know what? If you have the Skrulls involved, I really want the Fantastic Four in there because that was a huge thing in there. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Anne says
we'll get to that.
Tatiana. Yeah, that's
So we're getting reports on what 2 different actors were possibly playing her.
yeah. And they said they said it was her. Then they said it wasn't.
Who knows? Maybe she wasn't officially signed on yet.
Yeah,
They could be attached to play.
that's right.
Because they were talking about somebody else was attached to play another part here. They haven't signed on. What was the new movie that they announced right at the end?
Which one?
There's just so much information. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, there's so many shows on
Yeah,
there.
but let's just
We'll
work our way
now.
through because
we'll go now.
we have to get through this quickly because we got something else coming up here shortly
That's
that we
right.
have to get to.
Yeah.
So, Ironheart.
Yeah.
What do you know about that?
Well, that's I think it's Riri Williams who kind of, I guess, befriends Tony Stark, or Tony Stark befriends her. Kind of like in the MCU how they're doing it, where they had kind of Tony mentored Peter Parker, like we've seen in the movies.
Okay.
But Tony Stark ends up kind of dying, and like he did, and Riri takes up the mantle of kind of Iron Man, like Ironheart.
Oh yeah, that's the female version.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
I do recall something about
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Interesting. I mean, it's kind of, it's not really out of nowhere, but it is kind of, I guess, because we didn't really hear anything about this I know it was rumored. I heard rumors of it, but.
Well, I actually had heard rumors of it too, but they were talking about just calling it Iron Man at the start and then transforming it to Ironheart later.
Yeah.
But they're just going straight to it. And was it a series or was it a movie?
I think it's a series.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
And then they're going to put her into the MCU probably.
Oh, it gotta be. Yeah.
Okay.
Before I just thought of something, and I want to talk before we get into all these shows again. How about that news though? I want to talk about Spider-Man for a second. Like the new one, and with I don't know if you saw the news where they have Charlie Cox is cast as Daredevil.
Well, and that was another thing that they were hoping was going to be announced today because it isn't official yet.
Yeah.
They still haven't come out and said it. But if he's back as Daredevil, that is awesome.
Oh man, yeah.
First for starters, that's awesome. But do we get more of these other guys from the Netflix series coming back and portraying their characters?
Possibly. Like, I mean,
Because I think all the characters, and we can evolve them into the MCU because we're gonna have characters from all these different dimensions or universes coming in. There's rumored that Tom Cruise is going to be coming in to play Iron Man.
yeah, that's strange. Yeah.
Who was originally casted? They're thinking for Captain America from The Office.
Oh, John Krasinski.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talking about him coming back for being Captain America.
Yeah.
So we could be seeing a lot of these characters, and you could be bringing back any of these people to play different versions of this character. So we could be seeing a lot of these guys, even from the Netflix shows. I would love to see John Bernthal back as the Punisher. I thought he was a freaking phenomenal Punisher.
That was one of my favorite series. That one, well, and Daredevil is awesome. Like,
Daredevil's.
I want to see Vincent D'Onofrio being
The Kingpin?
Oh, he's
a great actor too,
fantastic.
right? So
Fantastic. He's something I really want. Him in there. I mean, so when we had talked, I had this conversation numerous times with different people about at the end of the last Spider-Man movie, and having when he gets Mysterio leaks out that tape, and then basically he's in trouble. And then what does he need? He needs a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, to me, my obvious thought was right off the bat was
Matt Murdock.
It's got to be Matt Murdock because Matt Murdock and Peter Parker are buddies. I mean, and the one thing that I want to see, and I'm saying this real bad, is I just want to see it in the comics. You always had Spider-Man and Daredevil on a rooftop somewhere talking, just having like a heart-to-heart or just going whatever. And I love those little appearances. I just want to see that.
And they do a lot of those nods to the comic book, to the classic comic book
so
moments.
awesome.
So they probably touched on that.
Yeah.
So let's move on to Armor Wars.
Armor Wars, yeah.
We're going to see Rhodey.
Yeah, Don Cheadle.
So what do you think they're alluding to? Is there a series? Or is this
I
going to be something new?
I think it sounds like something new. I mean, so I think it's kind of based on if somebody got the armor, like a Tony Stark armor in their hands, in their possession, and what would happen. So obviously having War Machine in there to help out.
So we're going to see basically like almost like Tony had in, what was it, the second one?
Age of Ultron. Where
it was against the
it's third one? Against the Ten Rings?
Yeah, where he had all
against AIM, sorry. Yeah.
So are we going to see a bunch of like an army of Iron Man? Is that basically what we're going to see?
Maybe, possibly, and that could be. I mean, if Rhodey's one of his last line defenses, maybe does Ironheart come over, and do they bridge her into the situation?
Maybe they'll have a team up.
Yeah, I mean that could be it.
Yeah.
I like that option.
Yeah.
Hayden says hi. There we go.
Oh.
Awesome.
He's watching too?
Yeah.
Excellent. Hey, Hayden.
Good to see you. Or talk to you, hear you, whatever. So what do we got? What else
Loki.
we got? Oh man, I like that trailer. It was
not what I expected.
I'm not really sure. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I said that one part where that one scene. Why I said it was the hijacker, that guy, and I can't remember his name. I don't know. It's just eluding me right now. My U.S. history is failing me right now. Here.
Or he jumped out of the plane.
When he had hijacked a plane, made away with like $200,000 cash, and then jumped out of the plane with a parachute, and they never found him.
And this is a true story.
It's a true story.
This is actually the true story. Now they're kind of doing a play on it with Loki, and that's how he got away and disappeared.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. So what else we got? We got a couple more things. We're going down the list here. We're trying to keep up, man.
We'll work our way through all these.
We're getting through Ann here. We're trying.
WandaVision.
Yeah, well, we know that was coming out. That was
the new trailer was.
It's like that glitch.
Well, when they started off with the Monkeys music, I really thought, okay, this is going to kind of be a feel-good kind of trailer, but it was anything but.
Yeah.
It was kind of like bordering on a little almost creepy, but
yeah,
they're going to go for something really different with that series, which is cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously it has to be a tie-in to the multiverse and Doctor Strange.
And Spider-Man. Those three are really going to move the MCU forward. They're going to be doing
huge direction.
Because that's where we're going to see all these different characters come in, all these different versions coming into play. We're going to see possible different Spider-Mans with Andrew Garfield.
Oh, I mean, the 80s Spider-Man? Those are patches, let's be honest.
I was going to shoot rope or I don't know what it was. But yeah, that was terrible.
I don't want to see that.
That was terrible. Or the 80s Captain America.
Oh, that helmet he had, he's like a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible.
That's the worst Captain America ever.
Did you see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back? Yeah. Alfred Molina's back.
Oh, it's Doc Ock.
As Doc Ock. We got Jamie Foxx back as Electro.
Yeah.
Do they bring back Willem Dafoe? Maybe. Who knows? We could see all these characters back.
Well, I mean, so at the in that trailer we saw for Morbius, for Sony, we saw the Vulture.
Yep.
And then we saw the Scorpion.
So are these guys going to cross over into the MCU?
Yeah.
Or are they just going to be? I guess it'll be fair game technically.
Yeah.
They're kind of sharing the universe together, which is good.
Well, I mean, as long as Sony and Marvel guys are talking and they're making it good, it doesn't matter to me. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move on to Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and this one it seems like it keeps, I don't know, I feel like they're having problems on this. I don't know what it is.
It's March 2021?
Yeah, it keeps getting pushed back. Like, I just thought this was happening sooner.
Yeah, but I think COVID has pushed everything back.
I know,
right? So we're probably looking at, they probably had planned on having it out this March. It's probably all done.
Yeah, it probably is.
We'll see what it is. Are you a big Falcon or?
Well, okay. I love Captain America. Yeah. I mean, I'm wearing a Captain America shirt here. Obviously, my favorite character in Marvel Universe. Chris Evans, one of my favorite actors. I think he's a classy guy, great guy to pick for Captain America. So I'm don't get me wrong. I was a little, I went into a little depressive shell after he's basically retired from Captain America. I liked Falcon. I liked his character, Anthony Mackie. I think he's great for Falcon. I think perfect casting. Did I like the comic arc of him jumping in being Captain America? It wasn't my favorite. But do I like him being kind of in that lead role? Yeah, I don't have a problem. You don't need to call him Captain America. Just like he can be Falcon and still be in that lead role.
Yeah.
I liked him in the lead role. I'm a big fan of that, but I don't think you need to make him Captain America. You want to give him the shield and have the wings and still be kind of like a, Cap gave him the shield and he's Falcon. He's running the show.
And it kind of seems like that's what they're doing. Is they're kind of looking like they're leading him as the Falcon, and he's kind of just carrying the mantle until somebody else comes along. I think.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
And then Bucky, obviously, in it, and Winter Soldier. And I think Sebastian Stan's a great actor, so I think that'll be.
I'm glad they didn't give him the shield. To be honest with you, I know he did in the comics, but I'm glad they didn't do that. He's too much bloodshed.
See, and whether you and I differ, I'd rather have had him as.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I just would rather just be like, if we're, I like the title, Falcon Winter Soldier. Makes sense.
Yep,
it's those two have their own adventures, like Starsky and Hutch were doing their thing. I love it.
Do it.
Do it. I want that. I mean, I want those guys to be, and I hope the series is good because I like both those characters. So.
Okay, we'll move on here because we're getting short on time.
Yeah.
What if? We knew that was coming.
Yeah.
And that actually, I didn't think that I was going to enjoy anything about it whatsoever, really.
Have you read any of the comics?
No.
Yeah.
I was told the premise by you and other people.
Yeah.
And I watched that little sizzle reel that they had for it.
Yeah.
And I've changed my mind.
Oh.
It actually looks really good.
I'm telling you, the What If comics are amazing.
It looks like they did a really good job. I don't know anything about the comics, but from what I've seen on that sizzle reel, I'm gonna watch.
Well, and you have all the actors voicing their own characters.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're gonna get to hear Robert Downey Jr. You get to hear Chris Evans do all these things. You're gonna all voicing their characters, which is cool. So.
Yeah. All except for, unfortunately, we won't have Chadwick Boseman. But
yeah.
And they said that they're not recasting him.
And I do not want them to. I mean, he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I could understand if they recast it, if they had said, okay, we're going to recast it, but we're going to leave it for a while, that'd be fine. But because they're moving on with it so quickly, I'm glad they're not recasting it too, because it's just too soon, really.
Yeah, and he's seems like such a good guy, classy guy.
Absolute classy.
And I mean, it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. The visuals in that movie were just outstanding.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think What If is good. Haley Atwell is going to be doing
Hawkeye?
Agent Carter in What If. She's going to be appearing in that.
Yeah.
So I'm pumped about that. I love that Agent Carter show with Haley Atwell. That was awesome.
And who's playing in Hawkeye? So
that's Jeremy Renner, and
Stanfield or
is it Kaylee or is it what? How did it go? I can't remember.
I can't remember her name.
Anyone help us out there?
I'm terrible with these new young actors.
He's old, getting older here. But no, she's playing, her character's Kate Bishop, and it was a comic run also where Hawkeye was kind of like, I feel like he was down on his luck in a sort of sense, and he ends up training Kate Bishop, which I think was kind of a neat storyline for the comics.
So that's kind of the route they're going.
That's the route they're going. So he's kind of passing the mantle of Hawkeye to her.
Okay.
And she's a good character. I think I like it. I'm excited about that one.
Okay, on to She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pumped about this one. They're going to have Mark Ruffalo in there, and they're bringing back Tim Roth as Abomination.
How awesome is that?
I'm glad to see them bring that character back.
Oh, it was great.
I wonder if we're going to see General Ross being Red Hulk then.
He's got it.
I'm guessing we're going to get a lot of...
I think they want to put him in there because the Red Hulk is a awesome character. It's awesome. So I don't know. I think you can do so much in that She-Hulk. And She-Hulk's exciting because she's a great character.
I think we will get a big finale in that one too. That can't be a cheap series to produce. There's gonna be a lot of CGI going on in that one.
I think with She-Hulk you don't necessarily have to do a ton of
not with her,
CGI.
But all the other characters you do.
Yeah, you do for sure.
All three. If you got Abomination, Red Hulk, and Hulk in there, you're gonna have to do a lot.
Oh, I like Abomination.
But that's gonna be
I still like that movie. I know people don't like that original Incredible Hulk.
I honestly love that movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. Edward Norton, if they kept him in the MCU, it would have been a little different having him in there.
For sure.
Because Mark Ruffalo is a completely different kind of actor.
I like Mark Ruffalo better.
But I do like Mark Ruffalo as a Hulk. Yeah. But I do love that first Hulk movie.
Oh, yeah.
They did a great job on it.
The whole storyline is just excellent.
Yeah.
Where are we at here?
Moon Knight.
Okay, this is my favorite.
So this is basically the more complex Batman of the MCU.
He is a crazy Batman.
Yeah.
This is Moon Knight is I remember that was probably one of my first comic books I ever opened up and just actually really remember. And I thought, wow, this guy's cool. He's got all the gadgets. He's kind of a darker, crazier version of Batman. Yeah, and it's a great. I think they can go so far, man. And you couldn't. I don't think that's a movie character. I think it's perfect for a Disney Plus series. I think that is what I want to see for sure. So I'm excited about that one. The casting's good for that one too. So, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's who's Poe Dameron.
Yeah.
I can't think of his
I
name.
can't think of his name.
He's actually been cast in a lot of movies lately. He's kind of hot in Hollywood.
He's a
right
good
now.
actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he'll be.
Why can't think of his name right now?
Drawing a blank.
Yeah. Haley Steinfeld.
That's for Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yes. I knew it was Haley something. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, she's good. Why can't I think of
Oscar Isaac.
There we go.
Oscar Isaac. Yeah,
and he's a really good actor.
he's awesome. I think that's a great casting for him.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. You know.
The next one.
Okay.
This is the interesting one, and I think this is gonna be.
You're excited for this?
I am.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
In the line of the old Star Wars.
Are they gonna go?
Yeah.
Are they gonna go Star Wars Holiday Special on this?
Oh, hold on. Anna's saying that that Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner is gonna be deaf. Forgot about that. So he's gonna be deaf in the.
So is he deaf in the series?
He did in the comics. He does go deaf. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a great. They're really pretty much going
Kind of.
verbatim from the comic to this show. I think that's what it seems like to me. So
Okay.
that's pretty cool. Okay. Jumping forward.
So yeah, Guardians. They're going to be filming concurrently with the third sequel
Yeah,
and have it out for the Christmas before the third one comes out.
that's pretty cool.
I think that with the cast of characters and you got in there, you can have something a lot of fun with.
I think it's gonna be a little party on the set.
Yeah, it's going to be something kind of special that you can watch and joke around with and have a laugh with, and they can go really over the top.
I don't know anybody. No one likes that holiday Star Wars special. I think it's.
It was awful. I am the biggest Star Wars fan of the world, and that was horrible. Even as a kid, I remember watching it as a kid, and
That's when we first saw Boba Fett ever.
yeah. And I was thinking, this isn't very good. And I'm a kid, like
I know.
I didn't know why it was so bad. Well, you're looking back on it now,
Yeah, we
all
know.
these years later. It was bad.
Yeah.
I actually can't even see where they really. When you got B. Arthur singing and dancing on there,
That was interesting.
that's different. But this, you can actually do something as stupid as that stuff on Guardians, and you could get away with it. And I think they're gonna kind of do kind of a knockoff of it and make fun of it a little bit.
And I think I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be. Yeah, I was kind of surprised at that, but that's a great one.
They got some shorts coming up too on the Disney Plus.
Yeah, I Am
Groot.
Groot. That'd be interesting.
I think they'll just be little comedy bits.
It won't be very long. I bet you.
No, they'll just be little shorts probably. And
5-10 minute and let it go.
yeah,
No, that's good. I think the content's fantastic. What else we got coming here? So we've got
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
yeah. I like it. I'm a big fan of those Ant-Man movies. I think they were. Do you like them? I mean, I know you.
I like both of them.
Yeah.
I did like both of them. I know a lot of people don't like them. I actually enjoyed both. I'm not exactly sure. I'm assuming they're probably going to tie in with Doctor Strange too.
Have to. I mean,
it just makes sense.
He opened up the quantum realm, really, right? So I mean, that's kind of and obviously with the quantum realm, that's where you're getting the multiverse action happening. It's got to be all tied in somewhere there, right?
Yeah.
So so we got that. That's exciting.
Fantastic Four.
That's great.
So they're rebooting it.
Okay, so this is technically the fourth time.
Wow. And everybody's.
Okay.
I'm going to guess in the bulk of people's lifetime here, it's going to be the third, I guess.
Yeah. The first, the one time they did.
We won't even call it the first.
Okay, we won't call it.
Let's going back to the Spider-Man and Captain America.
Yeah. Okay, so we saw the very first iteration of Fantastic Four, and Chris Evans was Johnny Storm, and you had a few other. It was okay. I didn't mind those two.
I didn't mind the first one.
Yeah.
They were a product of their time.
Yeah.
They weren't horrible for their time, but they're dated already.
Yeah.
The reboot, the second reboot we saw, I did not really care for. Was not really. It didn't feel like a Fantastic Four movie or like the comics. Was not a big fan.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even watch it.
You haven't even seen it?
I didn't. I saw the trailers and I saw I just couldn't do it. And that's probably one of the only shows that I haven't watched as far as it went with Marvel content. You know, I just was not interested in watching it. I don't know.
You know, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah,
it wasn't horrible, but it was not. It's not great.
Everybody's gonna say, yeah, you should be watching it, but I don't know.
And saying also Groot animated series, will Vin Diesel still voice him? I'm thinking no. I'm thinking it'll be still young Groot. I think that's how they'll get some more of the comedy out of it. He'll be either the younger teenage Groot or still little Groot.
That's a good point.
I think that's what the route they'll go for, more for kids. I think I'm gonna think that their target audience for that'll be younger.
What if Vin Diesel does do it?
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking it's going to be a younger Groot with a little bit higher voice, and
yeah, it could be.
I think they're going to aim it more for kids. I think
it'd be interesting. Yeah. Okay. So we got that. We've got what else we got in there? Okay. Let's talk about Thor.
Christian Bale.
Oh man.
Christian Bale is anytime you get him in any movie, he's 100%, and he's Gore.
I know. Yeah, and touched on it that he was in it, and so Gore, if anyone doesn't know who he is, he's Gore the God Butcher. And he goes around killing like Eternals and Celestials and all those types of characters in the kind of universe. And in the comics, eventually Thor battles him, and it's an epic fight. And I don't know if they'll do it, but Thor went back in time, grabbed his younger self, went forward in the future and grabbed his older self, King Thor, and the three of them fought Gore the God Butcher. It was interesting. It was a kind of a crazy story.
I hope they actually go that route.
Yeah, so it was kind of, I mean, and anytime you put a Christian Bale in a movie like that, I think he's fantastic.
Like I said, he's an all-in kind of actor. Yeah. He fully immerses himself in any part he does.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be something epic.
Star Wars Lego Holiday Special and ass.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it either, and
probably closer to Christmas. I'll probably end up watching it.
Yeah, I think everybody keeps telling me I need to check it out. It's supposed to be decent. So, what do any of you guys? Have anybody watched the special? Is it good? And what's the feedback on it? I guess.
I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, let us know if it's good. We should be watching right away, or wait till December 24th and have a viewing.
Actually, we'll do a little Christmas review or something.
We could
touch on some of these.
Yeah. We could do that.
Yeah.
Correct.
We're going to be doing a few more live feeds and such. There's going to be a lot of new stuff coming to the channel and expanding the channel to other channels here soon. So
that's right.
We'll be rolling stuff out here into the new year.
Yeah, definitely. So you name it. And if, like I said, if you got any questions, drop us a line.
Yeah, actually, we'd like to see any comments or any thoughts on what you'd like to see or not see or...
Yeah.
We'll take it all into consideration.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything's out there, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so going down the list here, so we had Thor, which is exciting. I like Thor.
So a lot of these we know that are coming. So we got Thor, we got Black Widow, Shang-Chi.
I'm excited. That one I can't wait for.
I don't know much about Shang-Chi, but
and the thing about it, he's just a regular human character, right? Yeah. And I think it's about time. We're getting to see some Asian casted characters, content, and a lead character, and there we go, and that's awesome. So
Eternals.
Yeah, I don't know about this. This is a weird one for me. I don't know. Like it was a weird comic series.
I didn't know what to think.
I don't know.
And the casting, they got some good actors in there, but I don't know where they're going with it. I don't know what it's going to look like. Yeah. It'll be one of those ones where we'll wait and see.
Well, I was gonna say I think big thing with what we've seen from the MCU, especially with Marvel, here is that they've casted so well. I mean, have you been disappointed with any of the casting?
No, they've done a knockout job on everyone. Whether the movies, I'm not a big fan of certain ones in the series. There's like Iron Man 2, I didn't care for.
Yeah, that was a little.
And Thor, The Dark World. There's certain ones I didn't care for. Yeah. But they cast the right characters in the parts. They've done a great job of casting everyone, I think. Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head of someone I didn't really care for.
Yeah, pretty much everybody has been golden for sure.
Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
I believe that this will possibly be. I honestly think this will end up being the darkest movie of the series so far.
Well, Sam Raimi's on to direct it now, after Scott Derrickson left, I guess, right? So, and Sam Raimi is a kind of he created the Evil Dead series, right? So, I'm actually just currently watching that Ash versus the Evil Dead show on Netflix. Mm-hmm. It's super funny. I mean, it's just so goofy. Bruce Campbell.
He's done a good job of pretty much everything he's done throughout his career.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he knocked those those Spider-Mans out of the park when he
Yep.
brought them out.
Yep.
So I'm excited for him to do that, and I think that movie is going to be. You know, I wasn't sure when they brought Doctor Strange out how people would take to it because he's a bit of a different character, right? He takes a little bit, but I think you get the right actor, get the right story.
You know, we talked about this right from the very beginning, like of the MCU when we started talking about these movies when they came out. I've never been an anti-Marvel guy. I was always a DC. I'm still a DC guy. I'm a Superman and Batman guy.
Yeah.
But when they started out the MCU and Iron Man was their big real first movie coming out, I was like, Iron Man. I read one comic when I was a kid. I wasn't really interested. I didn't dislike it, but I was like, it didn't draw me in. And that movie absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Oh yeah. Well, it created this whole thing.
Oh, they did a phenomenal job. And like Robert Downey Jr. resurrected his career.
Well, yeah, and he is Iron Man. Like that's
He is.
I mean, like, when you think about it, every time I pick up an Iron Man comic, I think, oh, this is like Robert Downey Jr. You know?
No, but you know, that just shows you what they can do with these characters. Like some of these ones where I'm not really sure about, they always seem to just go, hey, let's kick this guy's ass because he doesn't think it's gonna be that good.
Yeah.
And I'm blown away by it.
Well, and it's amazing that, and I don't want to jinx it, but they haven't put out a dud. Like really, like let's be honest.
Well, no, I think there's a couple duds.
Well,
like I still
don't
think to this time, I'm not a fan. Like I said, of Iron Man 2. I thought that was a dud.
I don't think it's a bad movie.
I thought it was bad.
Could have done better, but I still didn't mind it.
Like, I would have to look at the list of movies just to think. I mean, I know there's 2 or 3 in there that I didn't care for.
Yeah.
Like the Dark World was kind of like, man, like it wasn't horrible. Iron Man 2 might be my least favorite of the bunch, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that.
There's no real true dud.
No.
Like, no, by any means. There's
They still made tons of money too.
Absolutely.
So,
Let's see. Touch on Blade. It's going to be a movie.
Yeah.
I thought originally it was going to be
a series?
Disney Plus series. I think they were talking about that's going to be a movie.
I mean, I like it.
I think it's going to be. I think that'll be their first movie that their first comic book series that's going to start out dark.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they're going to go. It's not going to be
a dark character.
I don't think we're going to as dark and much killing as there was in the original Blade series with Wesley Snipes. I think this is going to be a whole level of darkness. Like it's going to be.
I want to know who's going to fight. Like who's the bad guy going to be in the movie?
Well,
that's what I'm curious about.
No one's been announced except for the lead character.
Yeah. What's his name there?
From the Luke Cage series.
Yeah, and he was also in that True Detective series too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
If anyone knows his name.
Yeah, anyone know that guy? Anyone know who the actor is? We should do a research, I guess, here maybe a little bit more.
So and then obviously the Captain Marvel 2 and Guardians we've touched on.
Yeah.
And was there
Guardians
anything else?
3. Well, Black Widow's coming up, obviously. We know
Black
that.
Widow, that's been sitting there until they could get it out into theaters.
So the question is, are we going to be able to go to the theaters to watch that movie? That's the real thing.
Well, I'm thinking they're talking about a September to March and May reopening everything full time here. So
yeah, I'd like to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, agreed on that. Yeah.
Oh, he didn't like that?
Oh, that was the worst.
Isn't that great having that nice haircut and that dancing and?
I'm just still wondering what the point of that was. Like,
you know,
like
the point of that was.
Oh, it's so terrible. That was the worst. That was the worst part of the movie.
Oh God, yeah, that was awful. There's a whole that third movie in general. There was a lot of stuff that they just did wrong.
You know what? I mean, first of all, too many bad guys. I mean, you should have just got rid of Venom out of that completely. Yeah, I didn't want him in.
The funny thing is, we shit on that movie enough. I don't know if we need to do it anymore because it's dead and gone.
It is over.
That was terrible.
It's over.
We're all in agreement that was a terrible, terrible movie.
Spider-Man 2 was awesome.
Well, the first and second were awesome.
Yeah, those were both great, but yeah, the third one, nah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We're going to see these characters back. It sounds like
Maguire back in the suit, eh?
Yeah, and it sounds like Kristen Dunst might be back. And
yeah, they said that.
Yeah, don't be surprised if anybody in the last 20, 25 years who's been in any kind of Marvel movie
just gets him rolling in.
Might be in this movie.
I was going back to John Krasinski about him wanting to be.
Is it Krasinski or Krasinski?
Krasinski, yeah. They I had two thoughts I thought of it. Either he's going to play a bad version, like a Hydra Captain America.
There was talk of that. There was talk of him being the Hydra Captain America.
Or do you make him Mr. Fantastic?
No, there was talk of him coming back as the Hydra version.
Yeah.
Yeah. which would be great.
I wouldn't mind him being Mr. Fantastic.
That's fine too. I don't care. You bring any of those actors in. I don't care who they're playing.
Anne says Thor 2 was meh.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's wrong with that.
No.
It was.
So we're borderline an hour here talking.
Yeah.
Just excited about all the news between Star Wars and Marvel coming out.
We're all sitting on our phones and watching the feeds and seeing all this stuff come out.
We just figured we'd touch on it and talk a little bit about it and see what the other feedback out there was.
Yeah.
We are going to have to end this here right away so we can get going and be ready for
Mandalorian.
episode 7 of Mandalorian and see where that goes tonight.
Yeah, we're excited. So if you haven't seen any of our reaction reviews, check them out. We're doing them every week. So
there's going to be a whole bunch of new series coming out that we'll be reacting to in the future here.
Yeah.
We got WandaVision and Cobra Kai coming up on January 15th.
Absolutely.
Those will be the next ones I think we start up with. And there'll be a bunch of other goodies coming soon.
Yeah.
So with that, there's our first ever live feed, and we'll, thanks for bearing with us.
Yeah.
It's been a learning experience, and we'll just keep getting better, and we'll have some stuff set up for you guys in the future here.
Oh, yeah. Marashade Ali. That's it. Yeah, that's right.
All right. So this is Polsey and Gator signing off.
Gator, yeah.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for joining in.